So if you're a man and want to go from a 5.5 to a 13.8 in terms of attraction, grow a beard. It's simple because that's what happens. Beards automatically make a dude more attractive. They are essentially the male equivalent to makeup, right? You have a woman who's not super sassy. She throws on a smoky eye, a little mascara, a little blush, a little lip gloss, and bang, she's smoking hot. Beards do the exact same thing for dudes if your beard is grown and groomed properly, because unfortunately, a lot of you that could potentially be 13.8s are like 6.3s because your beard game is whack. Today that ends. I'm going over a few things. Number one, I'm going over some mistakes that most men make when it comes to beard grooming and growing. I'm also gonna go over a few pro tips to make your beard the best it can possibly be. The first mistake is comparing your beard to other dudes, right? No beard was created equal. Everybody has different beard follicle formations, not to mention density. One of the mistakes that a lot of guys make is thinking that their beard should look like some other dude that's got like an amazing beard. And when it doesn't, he gets discouraged and he shaves it off, which is the second mistake. Don't shave your beard. 30 days. You gotta let your facial hair grow uninterrupted for about 30 days. Now, this doesn't mean trimming up high on the cheeks and under the neck, which we'll talk about in a second, but you gotta let it grow. You gotta give it a chance to grow and fill in. And what's gonna happen oftentimes is at about the 3-week period, you're gonna notice that some of those thinner areas are gonna start to be a little bit thicker. You're also gonna notice that as the hair gets a little bit longer, you'll actually be able to camouflage those thin, patchy areas. Which brings me to the third mistake, and that is trimming your beard properly. All right, now, I'm not gonna go into a whole long thing about this because I've talked about it a bunch, but bottom line is this. The more natural you can leave your beard in terms of the growth pattern, the better off it's gonna look, right? The two exceptions are high up on the cheek and underneath the neck. These are where so many mistakes are made, right? You gotta make sure you draw an imaginary line from the top of your ear down to the corner of your mouth. You're gonna shave everything above, leave everything below, and then under your neck. This is the biggest mistake that men make when it comes to beards. They carve and trim too far or high up underneath their jaw, and it makes you literally look like you got a double chin. I call this the Lucas, as in George Lucas. Nobody in the history of the universe has trimmed the beard more wrong than George Lucas, but it's not just old George. A lot of dudes trim it wrong. Head straight, take your finger, boom. You're gonna leave everything above, shave everything below. It's that simple. Now, this brings me to another mistake, and that is overly trimmed or edged beards. If it's too thin, this looks stupid, including your mustache. Guys, all you should really be doing for your stash is making sure that it's edged up underneath. No spicy senorita wants to make out with a dude that's got like hairs like in his mouth. No, that's not sexy. All you do, you grab your brio, boom, and then all you do, right, you just come in here and edge it up, right? You just want to make sure you keep your lips exposed and kissably soft. And then up top, guys, all you really got to do is get right by your nose. The more natural, the better. Which brings me to the next mistake, and that is using a cheap product in terms of a grooming tool, all right? Here's the deal. I've talked about the Brio Beardscape a bunch of times, and the reason is because this is the best tool on the market. All beard grooming tools were definitely not created equal. There was one that was created the best. It is the Brio Beardscape. This is actually the 2.0. It's got a new like display that's super sexy. It shows you the runtime. It also shows you the RPMs, right? Because you can actually increase or decrease the speed, all right? The other cool thing, it's got this cool little ergonomic grip. It's got the titanium rake, a ceramic blade that is adjustable, and that's the other thing. Guys, when it comes to perfecting your beard, you gotta make sure you have micro adjustments. You gotta make sure you're able to blend and feather, because one of the other mistakes that a lot of guys make is that they basically keep it and trim it just one length. And unfortunately, this doesn't look as good as if you learn to actually utilize your facial hair, not to mention the angles and the micro adjustments properly, all right? It should be a little bit longer on your chin, and then it should gradually fade up to your temples and your sideburns. One of the other mistakes that I see a lot of guys making is that if they're bald or they've got a skin fade, they will cut their beard off square at the top of their ear, when the truth is that they need to blend it, they need to fade it. And with the Brio, you can do that. Guys, I'm gonna link down below to the Brio Beardscape. If you don't have this product, you need it. Treat yourself, treat your beard. Not only do I use this on my beard, I use this tool on my entire body. It is literally the best tool, the only tool you're ever gonna need in terms of grooming. It runs forever. The battery life is insane. The quality is next level. This literally is the best tool on the market. But for a limited time, they're also gonna toss you something special, a $25 free gift. It is called the Zero Blade. Guys, the Zero Blade is a must for every well-groomed man. And if you're somebody that suffers from like razor burn, razor bumps, you definitely need this product, all right? Check it out. It is clean, it is sexy, it is metal, and it is a beast. Grab your zero blade, pop it on, and go to work. All right, now the cool thing, right? Like I said, if you're somebody that suffers from irritation from shaving with like a cartridge razor, grab the zero blade, right? All you do, check it out, right? Look at that. It literally, check it out, right? Skin bald, all right? No nicks, no cuts. And the cool thing is that the zero blade takes it down to the skin without going below the skin. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of guys get razor burn. Which brings me to another huge mistake, and that is suffering with ingrown hairs or razor burn or razor bumps. Guys, the reason you have that is because A, your skin is sensitive, and B, you're using a cartridge razor that has like a bunch of different blades. Each blade is like a separate pass along your skin. And so if your blade has like 4, 5, 6 blades, think of it as going over that same place like 6 times. It also is taking the hair below the skin surface. And unless you're like exfoliating in the shower every single day, when those hairs start to try to come through, they're actually gonna hit, get caught, and actually curl. And that's the reason why you get bumps or ingrown hairs. The zero blade takes all of that away. Guys, bottom line is this: if you're ready to upgrade your beard and your grooming game, I want you to hit that link down below and grab the new 2.0 Brio Beardscape with the free zero blade while supplies last. Because that's the thing, guys, they always sell out of this deal when I actually do it. But right now, like I said, you're getting the zero blade for free. Don't email me tomorrow and be like, Alpha, you said they had the zero blade. I told you, don't wait. Gentlemen, don't sleep on this deal. Brio comes with a ton of different attachments. They're all double-sided, which means you've got the ultimate control when it comes to your beard length or your body hair length. You also get, boom, right there, little charging platform, gentlemen. Bottom line is this: if you're ready to get the best beard grooming tool on the market, the best is Brio, hit the link. Do not wait, don't sleep on this deal, because right now they're giving you the zero blade for free. Which brings me to the next mistake: not trimming your beard. I call this the Kaczynski, as in like Ted, right? The guy with the bombs in the cabin, right? All of a sudden, they arrest him. He looked like a savage. I see a lot of dudes walking around, and I'm like, yo, you better go check his cabin or his hard drive, because I'm not trusting him. Gentlemen, you got to make sure that beard, even if it is going to be a little bit longer, is trimmed up and it looks good. You've got to groom it, you've got to condition it, and you also need to moisturize it, which is the next mistake: not moisturizing your beard and the skin underneath. It's critical in order for your beard to look as amazing as possible and be soft and sexy. So when that spicy senorita's like, yo, go down to visit Brenda, you're not all like itching her and rubbing her raw. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, you got to make sure the hair is soft, all right? One way to do that is to let it grow a little bit longer, because super early stubble is very like abrasive. Another thing you got to do is moisturize, right? Whether or not it's with your moisturizer that you use on your face, or it's a beard oil, you got to make sure that you get it down to your skin, all right? It's going to condition the skin, preventing the chin flakes from actually happening, preventing you from having like a crusty beard, and it's also a great way to hydrate and soften your beard. A few other pro tips to make your beard look better, thicker, fuller, right? Number one is dye your beard, but not too dark. I call it the Blackbeard syndrome, all right? Basically, you'll have these dudes that have basically like salt and pepper hair, or they've got like gray hair, or they've got red hair, or auburn, or chestnut, and then they'll dye their beard like super dark. This looks unnatural. It also doesn't look right. Your beard has a bunch of different colors, right? It has the base color, which is like a brown or a blonde or a red, but you'll have a lot of other subtle hairs, right? Like that are lighter, like blondes and reds, right? If you dye your beard, you're gonna actually dye all of the hairs, which automatically will make your face and your hair look twice as thick. Another trick to make your facial hair grow faster is micro needling, right? Now, you've all seen like those beard rollers, right? A lot of people are using them like on their head, also on their beards. And what happens is, as you roll, there are these tiny needles that go in and basically puncture the skin, and it's bringing more blood, nutrient-rich blood, to the surface. Another option that you could try is minoxidil, right? It's a topical solution for hair growth that's used for treating like thinning and baldness. Well, you can also use it on your face. There are a lot of before and after pictures. If you guys are interested, do a little Google search of minoxidil beard growth and you'll see what I'm talking about. The other option is actually beard transplants. The same type of procedure they used for putting hair in your head, which I got to experience out in California a few weeks ago, they're doing in your beard. If you've got like patchy areas, they can actually harvest hairs from underneath your neck or on your neck and actually implant them into the bald or the patchy areas to help give you a more robust, thick, and sexy beard. A few other things that you can do to facilitate the beard growth is lift heavy weights. Gentlemen, there's a direct correlation between lifting heavy shit and thick ass sexy beards, because when you lift, you release testosterone. The more testosterone you have, the more beard you're probably gonna have, which is why as you age, your beard gets better and thicker, like it did for me, right? For the majority of my life, I was very thin. I had patchy areas that didn't connect here, my sideburns were weak, but as I started to age and my testosterone kicked in, I started to get thicker, fuller. And so another pro tip is wait. Age and time will oftentimes make your beard thicker and better. They also apparently get gray with age, but the good news, the spicy senoritas, oh yeah, they dig a dude with gray because it shows maturity, sexiness. And if you got a gray, sexy beard, your sexiness went from a 13.8 to a 15.2. Gentlemen, bottom line is this. If you want your beard to look great, don't make any of these mistakes. And if you want it to look even better, do the things we talked about. Something else you need to do is hit the link down below and grab the best grooming tool in the market, which is the Brio, which right now, for a limited time, comes with a free Zero Blade.